Yeah, we're here.
Congratulations, Coach. Doing well. How are you? Good to see you. Oh.
Pretty important first thing, aren't we?
We'll let it go this time. No worries. We're being joined now by the Brigham Young Cougars, winners by 77-51 score over Pepperdine in a West Coast Conference quarterfinal. With the victory, BYU moves on to the semifinals on Monday afternoon, where the Cougars will take on University of the Pacific, the third seed in this tournament. We're joined by head coach Jeff Judkins, along with student athletes Morgan Bailey and Lexi Eaton. Coach, we'd like to start with you, please, if you could give us your thoughts on the victory.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Pepperdine for really playing a great tournament. They played very well yesterday, and it's tough to come back-to-back and play a game. And we had a lot of legs early in the game, and I think that kind of wore them down. But they had a great season. That they played really well for this tournament. I'm real proud of my team. I think this team is really the word team. That's what they are. They don't care who gets the glory. They just go out there and play together, and whatever mismatches they have, they take advantage. And tonight, I think you saw that. Our MVP of the team or the league had a good game, but we have two players sitting up here that probably played a little bit better, and so that's why this team is really where they are, and I'm really proud of them. We're playing with a lot of confidence. We got a real tough game against Pacific, and hopefully we'll be ready to go.
We'll take questions from media members. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get you a microphone. If you can let us know your name and affiliation, please. Or if not, you're done. Any questions? We can start with Jay here in the front.
Lexi, not to nitpick, but you guys had the 21 turnovers. Was that something talked about after the game?
Yeah, we always set a goal to keep the turnovers down, under 12 usually. So I think we had a few turnovers in the second half that let them get some shots early in the second half. And yeah, that's something we definitely have to cut down on, because if it's a different team, they might come back. You know, it might be a closer game. So it's really just the little things that are going to make the big difference in this tournament.
Jeff?
Lexi, after sitting out last year because of the injury, how did it feel to be able to play in this tournament again, and just talk about your contributions today?
Oh, it feels awesome. Yeah, last year I just felt like I was tied down. My hands were tied down, and this year it feels awesome to go out there and play with my team. And I think today we made a good statement for ourselves. We played really well defensively, and when we play well defensively as a team, and we can score whenever we want, we're a really hard team to stop. So.
Other questions in the front?
Morgan, can you just talk a little bit about the goal for your team of this tournament and how this was the first stepping stone to getting there?
The goal for our team, I think, is just to play hard every game, and obviously win. And we want to put ourselves in a great position so that we can go to the NCAA tournament, whether we win or whether we don't. And so I think coming in with the mindset of being tough and working together, that will get us to that goal. So.
Lexi, kicking off the tournament with a win this dominant, I mean, how big of a springboard is that for your team for the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, it's great. Like I said, it's just a good statement. And it's nice for us starters to get some time to rest on the bench too. I mean, that every bit of rest counts in this tournament, and every game is big, and it's nice to see the people on the bench get some reps so they can get the nerves out as well. So yeah, it's a huge step for us and a big win for us to start off on the right foot.
Morgan, as far as the rebounding 57-30, what did you guys do to kind of contribute to that, to get that number?
Just be aggressive. Judd told us before the game that he wanted us to win every, what did you say? 50-50 ball. Yeah. And so I think just having the mindset of the ball is ours every time helped me, Jen, and everyone else who rebounded to go after the ball out of our zone.
Gotten a little bit of foul trouble. What becomes the key for the team if she does have to go to the bench a little bit early?
The key for the team, I think, is just to remain calm and swing it around a little more. We've been in that situation before in preseason where Jen's been in foul trouble, and just people. I think the thing that's different about our team is other people can step up, and so I think that's what happened today.
Any other questions for BYU? Jason? Yeah, sure.
Jeff, getting 2 days off now, did you use your minutes any different than you would have if you had to play tomorrow or even the next day?
Boy, you know, I thought a little bit about today, playing them a little bit more. We've played 2 games in 2 weeks. But I remember a long time ago when I coached at Utah and we played Andre Miller and he got hurt in a game that was like this, and he hurt his hand and it cost us in the NCAA tournament. So I didn't want any injuries. Plus, I think these two said it. A lot of our players that have worked really hard this year haven't got a lot of minutes. Sometimes it's good for them to get some experience and because next year Fuller and McKenzie and Norton are going to be part of this team, and they got to be used to coming to this tournament. And you know, so I think that's a positive thing. You know, Morgan didn't really tell you the truth when Jen goes out, and I'm really serious about this. The kid's one of the best low post players I've ever coached. Period. So when she comes in, when Jen gets in foul trouble, Morgan takes it upon herself, and I think Lexi does too, knowing they have to may look to score a little bit more and be more aggressive, and that's what they do. And Morgan did that today. When Jen went out, we got the ball into her, and she scored for us when we needed it.
Jeff, kind of the same question I asked Lexi on the turnovers. Is that a result of just not being real sharp early with the, like you said, not playing?
You know, we were a little bit out of sync today, Jay. I mean, I think we threw some passes that we thought were open that weren't open, and I think that's just playing. I guarantee you we'll watch that probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll show them and say we don't need to make that pass. We need to be a little more, because you can't have 21 turnovers in a game. I mean, by us shooting a great percentage and out rebounding them is probably what made the difference. But we can't do that. If we want to beat teams that are right there with us, we have to get more shots at the basket, and that's something we've worked really hard at the end of the season on. So this is the most we've had probably in a month. So we're going to address it. That's for sure.
Jeff, if you don't mind looking ahead to Pacific, interesting that you split with them, but winning on the road and losing at home. And I know Jen's injury has something to do with that, but what are the matchup concerns there?
Well, the biggest thing when we played them at home is they came out and they really shot the ball well from the outside. If they do that, they're very hard to beat. The other problem we had is what you mentioned. Jen got hurt, but we also didn't have Morgan the first time. The second time we played them, we could really rotate and get the ball inside. The one thing we have advantage over them is our size. They're quick and they're going to drive and they're going to make us try to play their game. But if we can get the ball inside like we did at their place, then it'll be a real good opportunity for us. It's going to be a great matchup. Pacific is playing really well. They've only lost 2 games in a month. That was to us and Gonzaga, the 2 top teams, and they're playing with a lot of confidence too. And it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a game that I think both of us have been waiting for. We knew this was going to happen after we played them up there. We'd be meeting again, and hopefully we can come on top like we did at their place.
Got time for one more. Anything else? Jordan in the back.
7 blocks, 3 steals, and a lot of other defensive plays that really disrupted the rhythms that they were trying to get to. Talk a little bit about that.
About who?
You guys had 7 blocks and 3 steals. Pretty good defense, especially in that first half. And with Garfield.
I think having Jen helps, but Morgan had a really nice block in the game, didn't you, Morgan?
Yeah, I think I found her though.
Yeah, I think,
Okay, we'll let it go.
you know what's impressive here is kind of what you said, aggressiveness. You watch number 3 on our team, a kid named Ashley Garfield, come out of nowhere and get some of these rebounds with all her heart. I think she's really a key to this team and really gets our team fired up. And I think being, also today I thought Jojan played very well. Our bench was solid tonight with Ashley, Jojan, and Rivetti. Those 3 came in, and I think especially the first half, and really, kept the momentum that this team needed.
All right, BYU, congratulations. Thank you. We'll see you Monday. Coach. We're being joined now by the Pepperdine Waves and head coach Ryan Weisenberg, along with student athlete Iya Shushtari, who set a West Coast Conference tournament record today with her 8 steals. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement, please, on the game.
I think yesterday I started with wow. I'm going to start it with wow. That's a heck of a team right there in BYU. Very well coached. They played hard from minute 1 to minute 40. Again, I thought our girls played well, but I think I said it earlier today in a whatever you call it, that we went into a gunfight with a knife, and it just, that never works. So, again, they played really well. My hat's off to BYU, and I'm expecting them to win the whole thing now.
Take questions for Coach Weisenberg or for Iya. Please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone.
Not all at once. Come on now.
Let's start with Amanda in the front, please.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this game today and then the tournament as a whole that your team had?
It started off great. We started with a win. We came into this game not as confident as we should have been, and I think that took a toll on us at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, also, this is a learning season for us and just prepares us for next season so we can come back stronger.
Other questions? Anything else for Pepperdine?
Wow.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, George.
I was extremely happy with the building process. We returned all our players from this team, and a lot of people look at me in wide eye and say, "Really?" When you're coming off a year like this and a year like last year, but we've got 5 really good recruits coming in with 3 transfers that are going to make an immediate impact for us. It's going to make us a little bit more competitive. It'll make us deeper, obviously. Bria will be back. That was a huge kicker when she went down with her ankle. And sporadically, we had some key injuries to Tessa Emerson and to Allie Green that really hurt us in key spots when I thought momentum was going. I think our biggest key this year is going to work, or in the offseason, is one, all the good basketball stuff that most coaches say, personal development or individual development, conditioning. But really our key is going to be building our leadership and building our inner circle in the locker room and making it very strong. I think we made a tremendous step in that this season, but I think there's a lot more growth in it. And if we can do that, we're going to be extremely difficult to deal with next year.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you.